today. I'm sure he's going to be happy. He's going to be a lot happier than he was yesterday. It was really windy yesterday. He'll be happy to land in that. I should also mention that Hamish has a few passengers on board today. Now, they're not the fare-paying type of passengers. They're actually giraffes. It's all part of a charity that is called Flying with Giraffes. And they're representing giraffes on board. And what it does is all over the world, from seaplanes, as you see, the Red Arrows have these giraffes on board. They're little toys. The BDMF have flown them, F-15s, F-35, even gone up in a U-2 aircraft. And what they do is they then auction off these flying giraffes, and all of the proceeds go to the Great Ormond Street Hospital charity. So have a look at their website. You can see if you want to bid for the flying giraffe that is aboard Hamish's aircraft today. G-DRAM also operates seaplane safaris on Loch Lomond and Mull and Skye or beyond, and it provides professional tourism that encourages visitors. So a wonderful use of a very ubiquitous aircraft, like I said. There's 172 and then there's G-DRAM. G-DRAM, of course, was meant to be at last year's show, but unfortunately had a problem. They found some metal fragments in the engine, never a good sign. So it's returning this type of floats and then land on water as well. I think it's hard to believe, it's only 5 UK registered seaplanes. Now, in the UK, there's about 30,000 flying machines, and then 5 of them have floats. And only 3 of them are here in Scotland. So this is one of only 3 aircraft we have seen in Scotland. On the support as well, on the float, G-DRAM is supporting 2 local air businesses here. As a Remedy Cap and also Air Impact, which is located down on the far southern end of the flight line. I did have a nice carry there actually on Thursday night. And I think we should back to you for now. This is not something you can see anywhere else at any other airport in the UK. As we watch 172 touch and go on the water here on the Perfect Line. So look at these flaps, they'll be pulling down. It's going to slow the aircraft down and push as much as you can go into wind. Pulling back on the power, keeping your tail up, and there you go. Now there's a thing on those floats called a step. You don't want to go below the step because it sort of sucks you down. So you want to keep the nose up now and the power up. He's not doing a landing, he's just doing a touch and go. Keeping the nose of the amphibious float still off the step. Good use of power. And there you go. You're applying the power now. Gently lifting off. Pitch nose up attitude. And gently coasting away. Building up your airspeed. When you're in that transition from the step into flight, there's a thing called the ground effect. And that really has a blow. Second on the left. And there we go again, another flawless landing from Hamish. Keep the power up. Normally this is where he could let the power back, let the nose of the aircraft sink. But now, keep that aircraft going. 70, 80 knots there, I'd say. And you can see them start to come unstuck. And there you go, you're into ground effect. Keep that going for as long as you can. Build up your airspeed and then gently pull back.
1 minute, copied.
What an amazing display. Fantastic. And when you think about it, it's really sensible. Like Hamish's float. The aircraft has just gone through a major engine rebuild as well, and the new floatplane is far more flexible.